actually one that would be fired from a ship.
Whoa, what? That can go or die easily.
Yes. This is actually a big round. This is designed to be fired from a ship, hit the ground, and go kablooey. This right here is a mortar. You've seen in the movies where they put these things in a little tube and it goes thunk and it shoots it out?
Oh yeah.
That's what this is. This is actually a white phosphorus round, and this is Russian. And what this is designed to do, when it hits, it makes a bunch of white smoke that comes out, and they can see wherever they're shooting. So it's not made to hurt people, it's just made to make a marker. It hits, blows up, and they know where they're shooting at. So they can adjust further, adjust shorter, however they need to.
It's kind of a little...
Yep. This right here is actually just a regular fire tank round. There is no explosives in it whatsoever. It is a huge hunk of steel. What this does when it hits the piece of steel, like what we have behind us, instead of blowing through it, it bends it. And you saw how on the back piece of that steel, how it flipped out? What that does is when this hits, it causes the back of those little flakes of steel to come off and bounce out and fragment out or go bounce all around the tank, hitting the people inside. So even without using explosives, you can still have munitions that when they're fired, that can still hurt somebody. Again, all this is a big piece of steel. There's nothing in it. And this is actually on the inside. It's rounded off. But this is a lightweight aluminum, and it's just to make it more aerodynamic.
That's scary.
This right here, this would normally, you'd see some fins on the back of it, but this is one that was actually fired, and we actually had to go on a call just last week to go and get this because somebody found it and didn't know what it was.
Where'd they find it?
We found it out in Stanley. Thankfully, this is the practice version, because the real version, had somebody even picked this up, it would have blown up and killed them right where it was at. Lesson to be learned from that is if you guys ever find something and you don't know what it is, and it might look cool, especially if you think it looks from some sort of weapon or an ammo or something, you need to get somebody, because even something so small, and I'll show you some other things, something so small about the size of your finger can actually kill or hurt you if you don't know what it is. What this is you've seen in the movies how they have this long rocket launcher and this thing is sticking out? That's what this is.
Those are cool.
This is a rocket-propelled grenade. Remember how I showed you on the wine bottle and whatnot, how it had the V cut into it? This is the same thing. This is one of these will take out a tank. If it was somebody who was to step on it, it most likely is not going to kill you. It's going to hurt you really bad. But what it does is it takes then a couple people to pick you up and carry you away to get you out of the fight. So instead of it blowing up and taking out one person, it's taking 2 or 3 people out of the fight just by injuring one person. This is what we call a toe popper. But this is an actual size landmine. So remember how I told you sometimes something so small and looks so fake, you might think it looks cool and you want to pick it up, but especially if you go somewhere like near an old field or somewhere, we're even finding things that were left over from the Civil War. Explosives that they used to use cannonballs, and they filled the cannonballs with black powder. They would fire them, and then when they hit, the powder would burn down and they would blow up. Well, a couple hundred years later, these things are still being found because they still have black powder in them. And people are taking them home and they're putting them on their mantle thinking, oh, they're so old, they're not going to hurt. And then when the black powder gets warmed up and gets hot, it blows up and kills people. And I'll tell you, especially up where you guys are in the northern plain areas, there's a lot of old things. As a matter of fact, I found a couple out on a reservation that were old bombs. So if you're ever digging around and you find something or you see something when you're out playing, you don't know what it is, again, let somebody know. This is an anti-tank landmine. This is called a tilt rod. A vehicle, you think about it. What has to happen for that to go? What has to happen for this to go off?
Something
what has
moves.
to drive right over it?
Something heavy.
Or a vehicle. Well, what happens if the vehicle drives right in between it? It misses it. Well, with this right here, even if the vehicle treads were to miss it, the top of the truck is still going to hit it, and it's going to make this go off. Same thing, just a little bit more. Yeah, but these are versions of real ones. This is American made. This is Italian made.
Cool.
Most of these are actually now made out of plastic. So when people are walking trying to find them with metal detectors, they don't find them because almost everything is plastic in it. The only thing that's metal is the firing pin. This has the same thing. It has a plate, just like the top plate on here, And when something dries over, it squishes, and then the primer goes down and goes kaboom. This is a claymore. You'll see a lot of these in old movies, especially Vietnam movies. And all this is you have a sheet of explosives, like I showed you over there, that sheet and a bunch of little pellets. Same thing. So I have a bunch of explosives back here. It hits it, blows, and a bunch of little pellets and stuff go flying out. And it's designed to take out people. Alrighty. These small items right here are actually designed to be dropped from aircraft. They're inside it. It looks like a bomb, but it's actually the inside of the bomb is hollow. And inside the bomb you can have about 200 of these, a couple 150 of these, about 60 of these, and about, I'd say 100 of these. I'll show you in just a second. This basically right here, all this is basically a grenade. It falls down. See how it has these little flutes on the side of them? It's designed so it comes down and it makes it spin. As soon as it hits the ground, it stops spinning. There's a little firing pin. It goes off. It goes kaboom. Again, you have about 250 of these that are dropped. This right here is also dropped from aircraft. This is also a landmine. This whole little thing right here is designed to kill one person. What happens is inside this little piece right here, there's a chemical. And when somebody steps on it or pressure is applied, the chemical reacts with each other, gets hot, and goes kaboom. Forbid the bomb was to go off, it takes out a robot instead of taking out one of us. This has a big camera boom as well, so this thing can actually stand up on its tiptoes and actually look up quite a bit. You'll actually watch this thing will stand up. So what can happen is this thing can actually look up through ceilings and take a look around. It has a big bright spotlight on the very front, and then that camera turns all the way around and is actually a color picture. Now, it has a camera up there. It has a camera right here. It has a camera right here, and a camera in top. This actually can have a shotgun fixed to it as well. So if there's a bad guy hiding in the building, this can go in here and negotiate with him.
Send a bunch of those up there.
This can also hold one of the big tool that I showed you, that J-rod. And I will be right back. I'm going to go ahead and show you one of our other big This is the Barrett 50 caliber sniper rifle. This is designed to be used to take out, mainly what we use it for is a lot of those little things, so we don't have to get near it. As you can see with the clip, this is actually the size of the bullets that go inside of it. So they're about like that. This holds 10 rounds. And I can tell you, you are probably not going to attempt to fire this more than once standing up. This doesn't actually have a kick, it's an actual push. What we've had is Airman Johnson's actually got to fire this. After a whole clip of laying on the ground firing this using the tripods, it will have actually already pushed you back around about a foot.
And it shoves you good every time.
And you're sure not going to try to rapid fire this. But if we can't get the robot down here and you don't feel safe going down,
You want to set it
we'll
back
go
there?
ahead and hold it down.
Careful, it's really heavy. Don't break yourself.
Be very careful. And this will knock somebody in the head, and watch out for these. If you see how, yes you may.
Shoot it.
Here's the safety switch. You hit that vehicle, and you're good to go. That there is the camera. This is the arm. This here, you have to release the electronic brake. Push the brake first.
Can I try it next?
Just be careful. Where are you going?
Huh?
Drive it outside if you want. There you go. these things can all be operated from about a mile away
Awesome.
with different packages. We got a screen that we use so we can see multiple cameras at the same time, and that's all hooked up in our truck.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm playing.